My high school years were characterized by my active presence on the popular photo-sharing platform, Instagram. The platform was my virtual canvas, where I documented my life, hobbies, and interests through a series of carefully curated posts and stories. I was well connected with friends, engaging in conversations, and sharing snippets of my daily routine with them. One seemingly ordinary day, I received a notification on my phone, indicating that I had a direct message request on Instagram. I opened the message, expecting to find a casual message from a friend, or maybe even a classmate. Instead, my eyes widened as I read the message from an account with a username that resembled my own, with a single digit differentiating it. The sender's name was obscured, and their profile picture was a dark, shadowy figure. The message itself was cryptic and unsettling. It read, "I know you better than you think, and soon, everyone will see the real you." A cold shiver ran down my spine, and my heart pounded with anxiety. Who was this person, and how did they know me so well? The message was accompanied by a link to a website that I dared not click. With trembling hands, I navigated to this mysterious account, which appeared to be impersonating me. To my horror, it featured a compilation of my personal photos and moments from my life, all taken directly from my Instagram profile. The photos were captioned with eerie, cryptic messages that distorted the original context, creating an unsettling narrative that cast me in a sinister light. It quickly became evident that this was not a harmless prank, but a calculated act of online impersonation. The imposter's account had managed to amass a small but dedicated following, mainly consisting of faceless, anonymous accounts. The comments on their posts were equally unsettling, often filled with ominous emojis and cryptic phrases. What sent shivers down my spine was the most recent story posted by this impersonator. It was a boomerang video that panned back and forth between shots of my house and my car. This chilling revelation indicated that the person behind the account not only had unauthorized access to my personal photos, but also knew my physical address. The sense of violation and fear overwhelmed me. I immediately took action by activating the lost mode on my old phone, which I had previously neglected to do. My first step was to contact Instagram's support team, reporting the impersonation and requesting that the account be taken down. In the meantime, I meticulously reviewed my online security settings, strengthened my passwords, and increased my privacy measures to prevent further breaches. The ordeal continued to haunt me, leaving me with a lingering fear of the digital shadows that could threaten the perceived safety of our online identities. I was in my freshman year of college, a period defined by the challenges of making new friends in an unfamiliar environment. In those early days, social interactions often took place in the digital realm, primarily through dating apps like Tinder and Bumble, as well as on platforms like Instagram. One ordinary day, as I scrolled through my Instagram feed, a follow request from a girl named Miranda popped up on my screen. Her profile picture exuded an undeniable charm, and she boasted an impressive following of approximately 4,500 users. Intrigued by her intriguing online presence, I accepted her request without a second thought. Our initial conversation seemed genuine, and Miranda appeared to be an interesting and friendly person. We talked about common interests, college life, and our plans for the future. However, my intrigue soon transformed into suspicion as I began to scrutinize her profile more closely. What struck me as odd and unsettling was the nature of Miranda's online interactions. A closer look revealed that her engagements on Instagram were primarily with older men, and there were no signs of female friends or tagged photos with friends her age. It was an unsettling pattern that raised red flags in my mind, hinting at a potentially sinister undercurrent. Despite my reservations, I decided to take a step further. One evening, while I was home alone, I mustered the courage to invite Miranda over. We had been chatting for a while, and I felt that meeting in person would help clarify the mysteries surrounding her online presence. However, as I prepared for her visit, the unease caused by her inconsistent age and the disturbing followers lurking in her virtual shadows prompted me to make a decisive choice. I hesitated no longer and blocked her Instagram account, cutting off our digital connection. It was a decision I hoped would protect me from whatever dangers might be hidden behind her seemingly alluring facade. Yet, the story took a nightmarish twist that I could never have anticipated. Shortly after blocking Miranda, I began receiving a barrage of threatening messages from multiple suspicious accounts, all seemingly connected to her. Fear gripped me as I read these menacing messages, and I knew that I had ventured into something far more sinister than I had ever imagined. Undeterred by the threats, I continued to block each of these ominous profiles, determined to protect myself from this digital onslaught. I reported the incidents to Instagram, hoping they would take action against these malevolent accounts. Then, that very night, as darkness enveloped my house, I was awakened by eerie and unidentifiable noises echoing through the rooms. It was a haunting experience that sent shivers down my spine. Fearfully, I cautiously investigated, but to my dismay, I found nothing out of the ordinary. It left me questioning whether what I had heard was merely a hallucination brought on by the mounting fear, or something far more sinister lurking in the shadows. Miraculously, the catfish account that had brought this darkness into my life disappeared a few months later, either deleted by its creator or removed by Instagram. Yet the haunting memory of that night and the digital torment I endured continued to linger. It was an experience that forever changed the way I approached relationships in the virtual world, reminding me to be cautious of the hidden perils that might lie beneath the surface. In an unsettling tale that transports us back to my early high school years, when I relied on public transportation for my daily commute. My familiarity with Instagram had grown over the years, even though I wasn't as active on the platform as before. Nevertheless, I often posted stories, giving glimpses of my everyday life, including snapshots of my journey to school. In those days, the subway was a mundane yet essential part of my life. The rhythmic clatter of the train on the tracks, the hushed conversations of fellow passengers, and the ever-present glow of smartphones made up the backdrop of my daily routine. It was an unremarkable routine, at least until that fateful day. As usual, I shared a series of snapshots on my Instagram story during my commute to school. Little did I know that these seemingly innocent posts would lead to a chilling ordeal. After all, what harm could there be in sharing a few images of the subway and the passengers around me? One evening, while scrolling through the list of viewers for my Instagram stories, my heart skipped a beat. A complete stranger had not only viewed every single one of my stories, but it also sent me a direct message request. The profile picture of this individual was a disconcerting, close-up selfie of a middle-aged man sporting tinted glasses. His entire online presence was peculiar, raising an alarm in my mind. Curiosity mixed with unease, and I couldn't resist clicking on his profile. To my surprise, he had just one post, a strangely angled selfie that had garnered only 2 likes. What was even more unsettling was his list of followers, which consisted predominantly of young women and teenagers. An eerie feeling washed over me as I pondered the implications. The situation took a nightmarish turn when this stranger initiated a conversation with me via direct messages. Fearful and uncertain about his intentions, I initially chose to ignore his messages, hoping that he would simply fade away into the digital abyss. However, as I disembarked from the subway one afternoon and began my walk towards home, an inexplicable sense of dread engulfed me. I felt an unsettling presence, an ominous gaze bearing down on me. Every step I took seemed to be shadowed by an unseen specter. My heart raced as I quickened my pace, glancing over my shoulder intermittently. And then, when I finally mustered the courage to turn around, there he was. The same man from the subway platform, now following me. Panic surged through my veins, and I realized that I was in a precarious situation. Desperation took hold, and I knew that I needed help. Approaching a woman on the stairs leading to the street, I quickly recounted the situation to her, my voice trembling with fear. She demonstrated remarkable bravery by confronting the stranger on my behalf, demanding to know his intentions and why he had been following me. The stranger's response was evasive and unsettling. He mumbled something about admiring my posts and claimed he was merely coincidentally walking the same route. But his uneasy demeanor and the fact that he had tracked me down in real life cast serious doubts on his intentions. Thankfully, perhaps due to the intervention of the courageous woman, he eventually backed off, vanishing into the shadows. I watched him retreat, my heart still pounding with fear. This harrowing encounter left an indelible mark on me. Hey guys, Dark Tales Library here. I just wanted to say a big thank you for making it to the end of the video. It means a lot. And if you liked it, please consider subscribing. It helps out more than you know and also tells me what you guys like and want to see more of. Thanks again.